Go ahead and say all of that wild shit online, man. You might need a Dr. Phil if you catch me outside. And I will not apologize if you ain't one of mine, fam. I cannot afford to give a fuck if it was finance.
Everything woke turns to shit.
Show me where you can buy an Encyclopedia Britannica.
Let me Google it.
No, you can't. They're out of business. You can't buy an
Really?
Encyclopedia. Yeah, they're gone. They're off the market. Look that shit up. It is gone, man. Remember the days? You remember the days when you could pull out an Encyclopedia Britannica and look up anything you wanted to look up? It's fucking gone, bro. That should be a fucking, we want to raise a red flag. Let's raise a red flag about what we're being told and what we can actually research. Because really, where are you going to get all your research from? The fucking internet.
And even people that like claim, oh, you know, we don't filter or sell or
They all do.
They
It's
all
all
do.
about the mighty dollar, man. It's all about making that cheddar, man. It really is. We are living in a cheddar construct right now, which is fucked up because we're the bearers of bad news. Because that ain't real.
Encyclopedia Britannica ceased printed production in 2012.
Yep.
But World Book lives on.
Fact,
The only
Book
official sales outlet is on the company's website. So I guess World Book is an encyclopedia, and if you go to their website, you can still get a set from them.
and hard.
So World Book,
like,
look up the manufacturer of World Book.
World
Book is got a lot of conglomerates behind it. It's not like the Encyclopedia Britannica was very non-biased. It is what it is. It's a bird.
Yeah.
It's a guy. It's a girl. It's not a transgender. It's not cutting its dick off and turning it into a hole. This is what it is. World Book is owned by a different conglomerate. It's not owned by the original producers of Encyclopedia Britannica. So that is going to be the modern encyclopedia. One book tells all. That's not
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not an encyclopedia. Because Encyclopedia Britannica, if I'm not mistaken, had every fucking book from A to Z.
Yep.
Yeah, it was an entire set. Then they actually had a couple extra
You
on top
actually
of
had
that.
to have a bookshelf to put that motherfucker
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
I had one. Yeah.
I grew up with one too. My grandparents had Encyclopedia Britannica, and I used that for almost every report I ever had throughout school growing up.
Absolutely. And the thing is, the knowledge in that is based in factual truth. It's not like fucking sugar-coated. It's none of that shit. That's gone.
No, it's not based in percepted reality. You know,
It is.
I heard something earlier that, and it just made me go, oh my god, because it's true. And what's the difference between fantasy and reality? Is your perception.
How you perceive it.
Exactly. So a lot of people are perceiving their fantasies as reality and expecting everyone else to perceive the same thing.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go.
He's fighting.
Let me say it.
Go for it.
Paradigm.
It is. Fucking paradigm, bro.
I love that
sure.
fucking word, man.
Right.
Paradigm. Some people call it that.
But you know what I'm saying? And this is one of the things that really bothers me, man. And like, I know Raymond's a little younger, but like, I'm the old man in the fucking room, and you're
you always are.
You know what I'm saying? But this is one of those things like we're seeing this within our lifetime, happen right now, right?
Yep.
The people that are in our age group are the ones that have to pull the bullshit flag, man, because the younger generation, they don't know any better. That's the fucking problem.
No, you're right.
Because we produced so many fucking offspring that they don't fucking need us in the back room, dude. They really don't. Think about it. How many kids you got? Jason, how many kids you got?
I got Deuce.
Okay, I've got the 2 boys from Heather, and I got my daughter. Are you married, Raymond?
Me? No. But I do have. I have a son. I have one son.
Yeah, so you have a son. So right there, we're looking at what, 6 kids total? You got 2 boys and a daughter, so 6. No, actually, we're looking at fucking what, 7 kids total between 3 people, right? Am I wrong? Is my math off?
You got 3?
2, 3, and 1. So
7, right?
So 6. So 6.
6. Okay, so 6 kids between the 3 of us. That is an average of 2 per person, right?
Right.
So right now we're looking at that generation living off of the digital media age that they can actually be constructed and get fucking wrapped into an architecture that will fucking push them forward into the next feasible fucking century of how things are going to be fucking mandated. Because everything that we grew up with as a kid has already been stripped. It's gone. Encyclopedia Britannica, gone. Right? Fucking
Playing outside, gone.
That's all gone.
Drinking water out of a hose?
Gone. Because you're fucking going to kill yourself. Bullshit, I did it for fucking...
Wood shop in high school, gone.
Gone. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's all gone.
Oh, man.
So
they got rid of welding shop, wood
shop,
auto shop.
Yeah.
All those Votechs are gone.
They got like...
So it's literally like growing a crop. In my eyes, it's like growing a crop. You're growing a crop that's going to fucking fit the mandate that you want so that you can succeed.
I think
but somebody else.
The narrative. Grooming.
Yeah. They're being groomed. You're right, 100%, man. That in itself should be a fucking war crime.
I agree.
100%.
Okay, so back on what we were saying a second ago, I just wanted to make sure that I was going to quote the state correctly because I didn't want to get the state wrong. But Oregon, you know that Oregon this is on the dumbification of all the youth. You know that Oregon removed reading, writing, and arithmetic proficiencies from high school requirements to graduate.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, California universities aren't using the SAT or anymore.
But it's like you go to school to learn 3 things: reading, writing, and arithmetic, and you now don't have to do those 3. Everything else is just extra shit, you know?
Everything else is filling your head full of fucking pipe dreams and bullshit.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that anymore in the state of Oregon.
And see, this is one of those fucking problems, you know? And the problem is with this, and I know you guys are probably, you guys probably are on the boat like, we got to take a stand, we got to fucking figure this out.
It's useful idiots is what it is.
But the problem here, right? We could sit out there on our soapbox because literally the 3 of us talking on a podcast, right, is no different than somebody watching Fox News. Because granted, these are our opinions, but all these opinions that we're bringing up are based in factual information that you can look up. You can still look it up on the internet. For how much longer? Who the fuck knows? But you can still actually look the shit up. Because the next step is going to be where the internet is going to be fucking monitored to the T. Because every other country in the world, except for the U.S.,
they do that.
Monitored. Their internet is monitored. They can only look up certain things.
Not only monitored, but restricted.
Restricted.
Right.
Unless you're running an onion and surfing that fucking dark web, man, and even then, depending on who your internet provider is, that'll be fucking strong.
And how strong your VSPN is.
Here's the thing. They're already starting to do that here in America, just in a little different form, with the fact that like tell me you can get on Facebook and talk about whatever you want.
You can't.
Or
you get fucking
YouTube.
flagged.
Right now, no. This video might get flagged. Who knows? And that's the thing. You can't speak freely on a lot of platforms, and so they're already starting to do that in the form of censorship.
Correct.
Pretty soon, you're right. You won't even be able to look up the information. Right. Now you can still look it up, but you just can't talk about it.
We are
getting rid of the looking it up too.
Which honestly, that in itself is a fuckery, man. I can look up the information, but if I talk about it, I'm flagged as an American homegrown terrorist. Are you fucking kidding me? But that's part of the construct. You know what I'm saying? If we don't want to abide by some fucking rules that honestly, because we grew up in a different time frame, God forbid. My dad, God bless him, he's fucking 73 years old. He can't fucking believe what the fuck has happened to the country.
I can see your dad full on fucking what's it called, with the Hawaiian shirt and a fucking 50.
Yep. He can't believe it. And I mean, this man was in fucking Vietnam. He fucking flew.
I've had the honor of meeting the man a couple times. He's
Vietnam,
fucking awesome.
And he's straight up, I mean, and I'm not trying to call out people that are fucking, if you want to be a transgender, whatever, I really don't give a shit. But here's the thing. Back when we were kids, if you wanted to cut off your hoo-ha and turn it into an in-ha, that kid is going to end up in a fucking mental ward somewhere under a heavy dose of medication, because that is a mental issue. If
you want to cut any part of your body off, I don't care what it is.
Yeah, a hand, an arm.
There's something wrong, dude.
There's something
wrong.
That's called
dysphoria.
There's something going on there that needs to be corrected. But
a lot of people don't understand.
We're fed the magic pill that says, hey, you know what? It's cool for you to do that. You can totally,
Exactly, dude. And people fucking don't understand that you can't change your chromosomes.
Yeah, if you're X or Y, bro, which one are you? Obviously, if you got a dick and a set of balls down there hanging out, you're a fuck. That's just the way the mop flop, man. Too bad, so sad. When you get to the other side, tell them you're pissed off and you want to be a fucking female next go around. But, sorry, that's just the way it works. You can't do that.
But I'm not a biologist.
Yeah, right. And here's the thing. I would love for somebody out there on the interwebs to find me a country other than the United States that says that shit is good to go, because I can tell you there's a lot of countries out there that you would either be executed or you would just disappear for a long period of time.
Forever.
Yeah, you would.
And
you look at the DUI laws in South America. There's South American places that have DUI laws that if you get pulled over for a DUI, it's good night, Irene. You take a bullet to the dome. It's death sentence right off the bat. Have a nice day. Saudi Arabia.
Really?
You steal something in Saudi Arabia, they cut your fucking hand off. Steal it again, they cut your other hand off.
Oh, yeah.
And they really do that shit.
And they really do that.
They really do.
People don't think they do it anymore, but they do.
They really still do that.
Saudi Arabia just had the largest mass execution. I think it was 71 people or something the week before last. They don't fuck around.
They don't fuck around. There's no fucking around over there.
I've been saying for a while, I wish that we'd adopt a similar practice when it comes to pedophiles and rapists and stuff.
Yeah, they need to be executed, 100%.
Well, I meip somebody, I'll cut your dick off.
Well,
maybe not executed, but castrated.
Yeah. Well, if somehow you molest or rape somebody again after your dick's been cut off, then it's the death sentence. But the first time, you just lose it. Right? Yeah. You just lose it.
Good luck. Fucking.
If you can't use it correctly, you lose it.
Somebody.
Yo, I got a potato now. That's all I got.
You know what I'm saying? Though, but I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right.
But
I mean, getting back to it, man. I mean, really, what it boils down to is that I hate to fucking. I mean, I'm as much to blame as everybody else, man. We let ourselves get to where we're at. We really did.
The decline.
Because somewhere, I mean,
we didn't do it though.
No, we did. We did. We didn't mean to do it, but we did do it. You know why? No, I'm telling you, you don't.
I'll tell you what did it. It was our government pushing the separation of the family, so less fathers were present in the growth of their children. Like myself, I'm a hard guy to get motivated and focused, but once I am, it's good. I can rock, but it's because I didn't have a dad growing up, so I didn't have a dude kicking my ass to get into gear. So. And that's the problem with a lot of these kids. They got a lot of single moms who some are trying their best, some are totally screwing up. But without a male figure in these kids' lives, they're not going to grow up correctly, and that's what really set us off. My son sits over at his mom's house on his phone all day. Why? Because
he lets him.
Yeah, he can. Because he's out of her hair.
Right.
Where with me, I'm like, let's go fire out the dirt bike.
Yeah, and these are things that we really got to take back. We got to take this shit back, and it starts at the family level, because that type of, once you can, I mean, my first wife and I were divorced, I still talk to my kids you know, from that first marriage and stuff like that. And, you know, sometimes we have good relationships.
That's all my
sometimes
fault.
we don't. You know, yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes. But the point is we need to take that back. We need to take that care and nurturing of our children back and teach them the right fucking way. You know, take the fucking cell phone out of their hand. When you come to visit Dad, there's no fucking cell phone. We're going out and we're going to do some outdoor shit.
Right.
I'm going to teach you how to do this.
Well, not only that, but morals. I think
And the
morals,
yes, the morals.
is what it all boils down to.
And
because
you know
society is losing them wholesale right now.
And
you know what I'm saying?
No, you're right, 100%. And the big takeaway on that, when you're talking about morals, and I'm dealing with my daughter right now, who's 13,
mine's 14. So
no, it's the way that the construct of schools diminish the self-confidence of the fucking student.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. Because
they totally do.
Numerous times when my daughter comes home and she's like, I don't think I can do this. Well, why don't you think you can do this? You know, and the way it pans out is like, after I get to the fucking root of the problem, it's because the teacher just goes whatever on the fucking pop-up screen that she's been told to fucking teach.
Yeah.
And hopefully you figure out how to get through it. There's no actual tutelage going on.
Yep.
Yep.
Maybe they'll teach you what 2 + 2 is and stuff like that, but the rest of it, they just want you to figure out on your own. They don't want to tutelage you. There's no teaching.
Well, what they're doing is they're teaching you how to fill in the right bubble.
That's true too.
You know, and they're not really inspiring or nurturing by any means, like any sort of individuality or significant personal growth. You know, people it's public school. All they're doing is just like sucking them in and teaching them what they have to teach them. It's not even public school. It's government school.
It's government school.
Right.
100%.
It's run by the U.S.
It's
Department
government
of Education.
funded.
Yeah. My kids don't even know fucking any of the capitals.
No.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? My son thinks Reno's a fucking state, and he's 17. You know,
I mean, that's case in point, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's getting to the point where it's like we're literally the fucking. It's like my old sergeant major told me. So he got out before I did. He's like, "Hey, man, you got to fucking drop your pack and you got to go." And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because we're the fucking dinosaurs, man, and there's no room for us anymore. You need to go. You know, you're like Gold Gunny Highway, fucking case behind glass and breaking case type of thing. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that. They don't want the doers. They want the followers."
Yep.
Doer is a problem because if you're a doer, you actually antiquate everything you're doing and figure out what I'm doing and why I'm doing it.
And you think it through, you weigh the options.
Correct. If you're just a follower,
the morals,
you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. And that's why I say, like, it starts at the family level, man. Like,
well,
as fathers, it is our fucking responsibility to change that ideology within our kids and make it a difference. Because let's face it, man, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything like that, but I'm a firm fucking believer that, you know, I go to work, I provide, my wife takes care of the household. That's me. I am just that type of person.
Well, you're lucky enough to live that lifestyle.
I know.
I would do the same thing if I could. Trust me.
That's the thing. So I'm lucky enough to live that life. However, when you were, you know, in the 70s, that was commonplace.
That was everybody.
That was everybody. When your parents were married, that was normal.
Yeah. If your parents.
The housework and being a housewife and a mom was actually a respected thing at one time.
Oh, yeah.
A homemaker is actually what it's called.
For what it really is.
There's
a very
title for it.
Very important job, dude.
Yes.
It is a fucking crucial job.
The mother, even it doesn't matter what animal on the planet it is. I mean, look at any animal that fucking breeds and has fucking babies. The mother is the one that is the nurturing parent that actually raises those offspring. on any animal species out there.
Yep.
It doesn't fucking matter. Because and we've broke that. We broke it.
Other than penguins.
Because every other
I think
every other country out there, man. The majority. That's their construct. Now you'll have the onesies and twosies that do, the Western ideologies and things like that, but you get down to the home roots of like Africa.
He's talking about
Middle
France.
East, things like that, right? They still live by that construct where the mother is the nurturer, because the men are not nurturers. We can do what we can. We're more like teachers. Men are teachers, man. They love to fucking take their kids. Man, could be a guy, it doesn't matter. Man, guy or girl, doesn't matter. But we love to teach our kids, like, oh, this is how you fucking change a tire, or this is how you do this. We love to teach. That's what.
This is how you diversify your portfolio.
Correct. This is how you. Absolutely, man. You're a fucking teacher. But you know what I'm saying? Like men back in the day used to take their sons out and teach them how to hunt, or this is how you fish, or this is how you do things, this is how you work in a garage.
How to treat other people.
Jason's dad was all about that type of shit. Jason was fucking working on shit, he knew everything there was about cars that he needed to know, man.
Back in the day, I did, dude. I built that freaking Porsche and that, you remember that Ford truck that caught on fire?
Yes. Remember the fucking truck we flipped over with Tony?
That is the best story ever.
Oh.
So we go up on the fucking bank and the truck stops and then
slow motion.
It goes on the side, right? So officially we're a rollover, and the fucking the fire department showed up. And they were like, oh, we're like, oh no, everybody's all right. Can we borrow your chain to fucking? Can you guys flip us over real quick? And they're like, oh no, we can't do that. And I was like, oh well, give me your chain, hurry up before the cops get here. And the fucking volunteer firefighter was like, oh dude, here you go. Yep. It's some other guy that pulled up while the truck's like this, like pulled his truck up. He's like, all right, let's go. And he just fucking.
And we took off.
And when we took off, fucking 4 CHPs were coming. I shit you not, like 200 yards down the road.
We were going around that hairpin corner and we were passing the cops.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I mean, realistically, man, I mean, I'm a big purveyor in like us taking back what we need to take back.
That's what we need to do.
But it's not, a lot of guys are going to get wrapped around the axle with like, well, we need to fucking have a fucking civil war. You don't need that shit. That's a bunch of bullshit. All that's going to do is create more hate and discontent that we just don't fucking need.
And not only that, but pain and misery and war is not a good thing, dude.
No, we've already been down that road with our fucking first goddamn civil war, and like hopefully, a lot of that shit's being erased too. I hate to say that, but it's a lot of that's being erased too.
Oh, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother show.
But you know what? It's one of those things.
Can I touch one thing about that Civil War real quick though? Not to cut you off, brother. I agree 100%. That's a horrible idea, and even though war is a money making machine, it's bad. No matter how you shake a stick at it.
It is.
Death and pain sucks for everybody, and I don't care who you are. But it's hard to say that it's inevitable or not inevitable, because I mean you got people living in one place that have completely different values. You got people out there that truly believe it's okay to chop a 7-year-old's penis off and call him Sally and give him hormones and teach him other things that are totally, that is what they believe is okay. And see,
and they're voting for
I don't. So how does that find a middle ground? Because that's the thing.
Your middle ground, the middle ground there. I mean, it is honestly, these are not fixes that we're gonna fix overnight, right?
Right.
And these are probably not fixes that we'll actually see within our lifetime, realistically. But the fix to that is to be the steadfast and be the thinker behind all this. And what you can teach your kids and what you can pass on to them as they grow older is what is going to make the change. It really is.
I get you.
We're not going to make the change. We're not there, man. It's not going to happen in our lifetime, because look at how long it's taken to come to where we're at today, right?
Well, how long they've been degrading our society?
Yeah, probably about 40 years, 50 years.
Yeah,
so
exactly. It's just a thing. But change takes time, And, you know, there's two types of changes. There's a really quick change, which usually doesn't hold for a long period of time because it's so fast, it's so rampant that it's kind of like what we're dealing with right now. Like we're being forced into change, and a lot of us don't want to change. So it's one of those really hard pills to swallow. And then there's the type of change that's extremely gradual over an extended period of time. Maybe it takes 20 years, right? We're also experiencing those types of changes, you know, but we're experiencing them we're not experiencing them in a negative way. Like you take for example, like inflation, right? So granted, like back in the 80s, you know, gas was like 89 or 97 cents a gallon, whatever the case may be. Compared to current times with current inflation, that's still roughly around that 295 to 325 mark during those times. Because you remember, we could buy a Coke for 50 cents.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I've been wanting to explore this shit.
Just what, a year ago, under Trump, you could get gas for $2.50.
Yeah, you could, but here's the thing. I mean, and these are horrible
modern times.
Yeah, and like, where's this at, man? I've got this sucker up here somewhere. It is.
Well, a lot of people want to like hoot and
here's the thing
about.
So, when you look at like starting from Carter to where we're at with Biden, right?
Yes.
So, you had Carter. And then it went into Reagan, and then it went into Clinton, and then it went into the original Bush, or W. Bush 1, and then it went into Obama, and then Trump, and then Biden again, right? So during Carter's regime, they were paying an average increase, well, actually during Carter, and this is 1978, right? $3.38 a gallon. In 1978. Now, if you do the math on the inflation...
Wait, there was a 78 too?
That's how much they were paying, was $3.78?
Wow. $3.38 a gallon in 1978.
Holy shit!
Yes.
I thought the 1900s started in 82.
Reagan, yeah. Reagan came in.
I'm not a biologist, I don't know.
Reagan came in. Immediately when Reagan came in, the prices shot up to, let me read this, it's $3.58 a gallon. And then the second year of Reagan, it dropped down to $2.40, and then it leveled off at $2.25. Clinton came in, it dropped down to $2.06. Second year with Clinton came down to $2.04. Bush came in, it went to $2.35, and then it jumped up to $3.69. Then Obama came in, it was $3.83. It dropped to $3.37. Trump came in, it went down to $2.73. Biden came in and it started off at $3.19. So $3.19 until we're at today at $4.50-ish. So
$4.50, that's cheap.
I know that's the average though, because like California,
that's the average,
man.
It's like $7-8 at some places around here.
Yeah, like here I'm paying for regular unleaded if I want to fill up with that, which my car can't really take that, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm not going to pay for Supreme. I'm paying like $4.69.
You're gonna avoid it.
But you look at it. I mean, let's look at like Carter. Okay, right? So $3.38 in 1978. That's a fuck ton of money. That would be higher than what we're right
in 1978. A brand new Chevy pickup was $6,200-$500.
Exactly. So that's the thing. Like. I mean, when you look back at the time, and so I'm a hardcore libertarian, man. I'm right staunch in the middle. There's a lot of things that Republicans do that I fucking am diehard. I bleed red for it. And then there's a few things that I agree with on the Democratic side, because I honestly think that marijuana should be legal across all fucking 50 states.
Well, that's part of being a libertarian, man.
Yeah, as a veteran that took a shitload of pills, that was able to get to a state like Arizona where I could actually buy fucking marijuana at a dispensary, I don't take my fucking pills because it just mellowed me the fuck out.
Yeah.
It didn't make me feel like a zombie. You know what I'm saying? That's a great
amen,
push.
brother. Amen.
Yeah, that's a great push.
That just reminded me of something real quick that I looked up, because Jason, you made me think about it. So Missouri, actually, their lawmakers on February 22nd, I believe it was, their lawmakers are pushing forward legalization of marijuana in Missouri. And
recreational, is that what?
Yes, yeah, because it's already medical, and it's already decriminalized, and something else also. No, or it's already medical and it's been decriminalized, but they're putting forward to put it on to pass this year for the state. And they're saying how, because Missouri's been a staunch no kind of state for a while, but if they get on board, then it's going to be a really good push in the forefront for legalization across the whole country, which I'm in firm belief in. And you know what? I've been 100% against Biden since the beginning, but I'll tell you that when the big newspaper printout came out and you had Trump and Biden on there and the list of everything they said they're going to do, Biden did have one that I went, all right, yeah. And he said, I'm going to legalize marijuana. And I went, all right, well, yeah. And so I'm waiting for that, you know. Hopefully Missouri does do it, and then, especially since I'm moving over there, so I'm hoping they do.
You know, Bill Clinton got me with that. The first or second time I voted, that was when California was originally proposing Proposition 420.
Yes, I remember that.
I think it was 98.
How he got me too.
98. It was it was
2000.
No.
Well, because I voted in 2000.
No, that was something else.
Well, I voted for it. Right here, I'll look it up. But anyway, go ahead. Continue your point.
So anyway, I voted bipartisan. I had requested a bipartisan ballot, you know, so I had everybody on there. And I was like, oh yeah, Bill Clinton supports fucking medical marijuana, so I voted for him. You know, and
yep, that's right. Did that. Oh, so it was 96.
96. That's right.
Well, it didn't pass and never did it, so I think he put it back on it again, probably for 2000, talking about it. Well, I'm gonna do it in this next term, you know.
No.
Because I remember fucking voting for it too, bro.
No,
after he got done dealing with that chick, you know, he's gotta make up some ends meet there.
You all right? No, I voted for that bullshit. It was 96. I thought it was 98, but when California passed Prop 215, and Bill Clinton was on the same thing. I was talking about that one time I voted for a Clinton because he was like, it was super controversial, you know, and I was young and they were catering to what I wanted to hear, so I voted for that. But I don't think.
Well, this is what and take it for what you want, people. It is Wikipedia, but it's just the first thing that came up, so it's very, very uncredible. You know, I mean, you got a better one because it's just when I looked up the Prop 420, and they're gonna be relatively accurate on something like this. You know,
no,
it's known history. It's like
do 215, not 420.
Well, it mentions it right here. So if you there's a little paragraph. Is a bill that was introduced by John whoever of the California Senate. I can't pronounce that. Vasconcellos or something.
Yeah.
Subsequently passed by the California State Legislature and signed by Gray Davis in 2003, pursuant to the powers reserved to the state of California and its people under the 10th Amendment. It clarified the scope and application of California Proposition 215, also known as the Compassionate Use Act of 96, and established the California Medical Marijuana Program. The bill title is notably became 420, is a common phrase used in cannabis culture. So it wasn't signed in until 2003? Is that what I'm reading from that? By Gray Davis.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. But it was proposed in 96, is I think how they're running with that.
You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I started going to clubs until like 2001 or
really?
2.
Yeah, no, because I was going to say,
how has that been legalized in California? It's been a while now, right?
For recreational?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been some years now.
It's some years.
Well, for recreational,
I'm kind of curious. Here's here's for your lovely governor that I'm kind of curious about. I would love to find out what the revenue that they have collected.
Billions.
I mean, there's got to be a number out there that you guys can get a hold of, because that really defunks a lot of the shit that's going on in California. Because I can tell you here in Arizona legalized marijuana last year, right? There is so much fucking construction going on that I can't get from point A to point B unless I leave 2.5 hours early.
Yeah.
That is, you know what I'm saying?
But it's
because
to help
they're
you.
They're raking in that fucking tax money off of that fucking shit. Colorado was the test bed. They did the same thing. They were able to stabilize all their public schools and their roadways within the first year. So I'm kind of curious, how is this fucking slap-ass jawjacker that wants to call himself a governor, who obviously is not financially fucking responsible in the fucking first place, can do what he's doing while the majority of California sits there and sucks a dick? I mean, I get passionate about it because that's my home state, and they're turning it into a fucking cesspool.
Well, this thing right here is an article from 2020, and it says that California passes $1 billion in tax revenue just 2 years after.
$1 billion.
Yeah, $1 billion.
Jesus,
so in 2020, they'd already pulled in $1 billion.
Jesus Christ! Where did that money go to benefit the citizens of the fucking state of California?
It's not. It's
Have
going
you
to
seen
the.
his suits?
It's going to the fucking the goddamn fucking.
It's lining the pockets of the fucking goddamn lobbyists for the state of California. Is what it's doing.
Oh, what's it called? The homeless. What are the homeless industrial structure?
So,
you know,
did they build a bunch of homeless shelters?
No, like all the people that have to be employed by the state.
So they
to make sure that all the homeless people get their fucking money that they're taking from me and you.
So what you're telling me is that the state of California was running it as a nomiker, saying that we're going to utilize it to employ the homeless, and make sure that they're taking to help them find employment and make sure that they're taken care of. Correct?
No.
What is it?
All this money is excess tax.
So where is it going? That's what I want to know.
General fund.
And what is that?
You know, roads, power lines, all the things they're not fixing.
Trails.
School education.
That's what I was going to say, because like the last time I checked, I mean, even when I was growing up and we were driving to San Francisco, Caltrans is a fucking jackhole.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah.
It's literally you might take away the name of Caltrans and call it money laundering, because they're not doing shit.
Hey, you guys are gonna like this, and I'll even be able to snap a picture of this for the video so everyone else can see it too. This is the marijuana tax revenue by state from loudcloudhealth.com.
There you go.
This is numbers in the millions of US dollars.
What are we looking at for California?
You got a whole map here of the whole country in every state that it's legal. And California, and this is just for 2022, people.
Okay.
I'm pretty
sure
not
even done with it.
I'm pretty sure it hasn't been going on that long yet. You know,
right.
We are in 22, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. $345.2 million in tax revenue already.
Shit.
Already.
We have people fucking starving at the pump and starving at the fucking grocery store.
But I mean, I can go around the board, and you can listen to what we're drawing in off it. I mean, New York, 156.4 million. Yep. LA has brought in 55 million by itself. Houston, 39.32. Phoenix, 25 million. Dallas, 22. Philadelphia, 30. Washington, 20. Denver, 20. You know, it's like San Francisco has brought in 13 million by itself. It's like Seattle, 9 million by itself. Washington has brought in 362 million. Oregon, 82 million. Nevada, 69 million. Colorado, 250.9 million. It's like.
I got a question for you real quick. I would love for you, because I don't have this information in front of me, I would love for you to add that all up and compare it to the national deficit. I would love for that to be done. Because realistically, if it even comes within 50% of the national deficit, that is within itself a fucking bold statement of how fucked the government is. Because we could literally clear the national deficit.
Even if it was like 50% or 25%.
It does, yeah, exactly. But you see where I'm going with that? You could literally clear the national deficit, which means we don't owe any other country shit, which means we're 100% dependent. That's what that means. We're debt-free.
Independent, not dependent.
Independent. No, not non-dependent. We're not dependent upon these other countries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I would love to see what those numbers are, man. Because the national deficit right now is what, 2-point-something trillion?
Oh, no, it's like 21 trillion.
21 trillion.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. This wouldn't get us close because you need 1,000 million to make a billion, and then you need 1,000 billion to hit a trillion. So this wouldn't get us that close. Yeah. But I mean, there's easily.
But the case in point here is that's over 1 year, not even a full year.
Yeah. No, we're
right.
a quarter of the way through. So
multiply that, whatever it is, by 5.
By 4.
5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
the money is there to clear us fucking free and clear. It's like if you have a fucking bunch of loans out and you clear off your loans, you're debt free, right?
And not even that. After 5 years, you're gonna expand. You know,
you're gonna expand because it's gonna keep growing.
Yeah. It's exponential, I think is the word.
And guess what? Guess what happens once you clear your deficit? There is no more inflation.
In 2021, Americans spent $25 billion on cannabis. And they taxed all that. So, I mean, but it's like.
It's a market, man. It's a market.
It's a market, but I mean, it's also a way to. This is one of those constructs that I'm talking about, man. It's one of those ways because we are constantly reliant on other countries to give us whatever, because we go into debt. Our deficit is based off of debt to other countries. Mm-hmm. China owning the most.
Oh man, I watched this thing about how like debt is actually what drives the economy now.
It is, but the thing is if your country has no debt, your your dollar amount is through the roof.
Right, and yeah.
You're the fucking top dog at that point because people owe you money. You don't owe shit to anybody. It's like not having a car note or having a home note. You're just raking in the cash. And that cash goes to your fucking country. But the more deficit that we have, the higher inflation goes because our dollar drops and we have to pay more to fucking get X, Y, and Z. That's how it works, man.
Right.
That's the construct.
Basic economics.
If you legalize marijuana across all 50 states, right, you charged a flat rate percentage for all 50 states that went to cannabis dispensaries and they paid for it, I guarantee you within 5 to 8 years, you could pay off that national deficit. There's no doubt in my fucking mind that you could do it.
I agree, but I would like to add the industrial implications here too, and that's a lot of people know that's a really big reason why it is illegal. But if we add cannabis and hemp to like our clothing, our rope, polymers,
they do that right now, man. Like all of our rope in the military is all cannabis fucking rope.
Yeah,
all the Navy ropes are all fucking hemp. It's all hemp.
But people.
But they get it from, you know where they get it? They get it from fucking Afghanistan. They get it from.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Well, that's one of the things I was reading that article about the Missouri bill is they were stating how 1 in 10 jobs created last year were somewhere in the weed industry out there. So it's another reason why because it's all medical right now, right? So that's why another reason they're like, well, dude, it's a booming business. It creates jobs. It's great for basically everything. It helps with getting rid of medications. Yeah, like it's got ridiculous upside and what's the worst downside? That you'll eat the whole fucking box of Oreos? Like,
or you might drive 25 miles below the speed limit.
Right? Hey, how's my driving, man?
Wow, man. That's some heavy shit, man. Hey, man. Am I driving okay?
I think we're parked, man.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we're parked.
I know Fred knows that there's this on Silverado Trail in Napa by Angwin. There's this flashing red light. It's a 4-way stop.
I remember that.
And it's not just a single flashing red light. It's like
four of them.
It's a full-on traffic signal,
Yeah.
but only the red one is flashing. And I was high as fuck, dude. And I people honked at
Sat
me.
there waiting for it to turn green.
Yes.
Yeah, he did. He did. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I think
I know
that was
exactly
the
what
same
you're
night
talking
we were
about.
driving. It was like super fucking foggy out too.
Oh man, it was fucking bad, bro.
That's happened so many times.
I
know plenty of other people that's happened to at that light. Because it does. You get there all baked. You're like, all right, just wait. You just.
Hey, but that's the thing, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, so, I'm in school right now.
Yeah.
Because, being retired and all that bullshit, I got to find something to do in my spare time, right? Because
What are you doing, dude? You're making guitars or what?
I am building fucking guitars. Yep. I'm
Fuck
actually
yeah.
building
What?
guitars from scratch. From like
Nice.
picking out the wood, fucking picking out the body design, sanding, shaping, all that shit, man. So I'm going to this school. It's called Roberto Ben, man. It's actually pretty phenomenal, man. It's one of those things that like you find like peace within yourself because it's very mellow, and all the guys that are teaching are like old hippies. It's really laid back, and it's just cool, man. Like you go up into the workshop, you start working on your stuff and everything, and you're listening to like classical music, man. And you're just chilling, man. It's a lot of fun, man. I just got done.
Fuck yeah.
Got it on my phone, man. It's actually pretty cool. I just got done. There was this guitar came in, and they're like, "Hey, man, we want you to put together," because I've been doing a lot of fret work and stuff, redoing necks, pretty much is what I've been concentrating in. So they're like, "Man, your fret work is really good." They're like, "Cool." They brought in this guitar. They're like, "Hey, go ahead and do this guitar," And I'm thinking it's just like a guitar for fucking, the school or whatever. So I'm building this guitar up, putting it all back together.
Yeah.
I find out it's a 1972 Les Paul is what this thing is. So I knew it was Les Paul when I got it. It said Gibson and everything on it, right? I didn't know it was from 1972. And so I get done with it and everything, and they're like, "Oh man, this turned out perfect. Like the customer's gonna be happy." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah, this is a 1972 Les Paul." And I was like, "Well, how much is that worth?" And the price he told me, I was like, "You got to be shitting me! $19,500."
I was gonna say 16. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it.
But it's one of those careers. I mean, for me, it's not even a career. There's a lot of guys that go to that school that are trying to get into work for Fender Custom Shop or Gibson or whatever. But for me, it's just a thing to do back at my house in my wood shop and just like kind of chill, smoke a little bit, listen to some good music, and just like enjoy life. Because at the end of the day, I think all of us, we get wrapped around the axle with all the fucking convoluted bullshit that goes in with our everyday life.
Yeah.
If we never actually take the time to just fucking chill and just become one with ourselves again. Like, everybody growing up as a kid always had that thing. Like, I really want to do this, or I really want to do that. I wish I did this. I wish I did that. You know what? You're not getting any fucking younger. Go do it. Learn it. You don't have to make it a full-time fucking job. Make it a fucking, make it a quarter of your time and learn it and enjoy it, man, because that's what life's about, is going out there and learning those fucking cool things that you wanted to do. If you go through life, if you end up on your fucking deathbed and you honestly can't look up and say, "You know what, I did everything I wanted to do," you fucking failed. I hate to say it. You really did.
And you only get one chance.
Well spoken too, bud.
You only get one go around, man. So make that go around worthwhile. Spend the time with your kids. Educate your kids. Figure out, if you have a hobby, somebody might think like, "Oh, well, that's fucking gay." Well, it's not gay to you. Fucking do it.
I told Scooby that we're not going to talk about your tutu thing, Fred.
What my tutu thing? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, you can't bring up a tutu thing and
bam!
There it is. There it
is. You did that on purpose, right?
Go ahead and and say all of that wild shit online, man. You might need a Dr. Phil if you catch me outside. And I will not apologize if you ain't one of mine, fam. I cannot afford to give a fuck if it was finance.
Everything woke turns to shit.